Good morning from Houston, Texas. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now and Global Matters are rising. How are you doing this morning? Yes. I'm once again in the beautiful Houston, city of Houston. Yes, yesterday night we remembered Peter McIntosh right here at ONN, and a lot of people attended. Thank you very much for all those who took time to celebrate this iconic man with us. Yes, great guy. All right, back to business. We are talking about one Nigeria. One Nigeria. Is Nigeria truly one? Yes, join us for this important discussion. 45 minutes is going to be. Yes, if you're a Nigerian, lovers of Nigeria and Nigerians, please share this message as you receive it. Bring more people on board so you can hear more about Nigeria. The one Nigeria that they told us at independence that never ever existed, but which can happen with all of us joining hands together to make it happen. Yes, that is what we are talking about today. One Nigeria. Is Nigeria one? So join us from YouTube and all other platforms where this live stream is being aired. Yes. So please, once you join, if it's your first time, we welcome you. And we ask that you subscribe to our channel so you continue, and then hit the notification button so you continue to receive notification anytime and every time we come online to tell you the stories of Nigeria, the story of Africa, and that of the world. Yes, and let's thank our very, very loyal followers and subscribers who have made our growth so rapid to the place where we are now. Rapid with organic people, everyday people who understands what life is worth and are ready to do something to defend their lives, defend their rights, defend their citizenship of their various countries. That is what we exist for. ONN is a global movement. Yes, we welcome you to yet another explosive edition of our program. And what we are talking about today is one Nigeria. Is Nigeria truly one? Is Nigeria truly one? Yeah, that is a question for all of us. But for me, I don't believe that Nigeria is one. Nigeria has never been one. Looking at the way the country started through the amalgamation of the northern and the southern protectorate for the benefit, purely for the economic benefits of Imperial Britain. Yes, they put those two regions of Nigeria together. And they kept a marker, a line of division. They created something that they knew was going to be on fire for the most part of its life. But we should be challenged now as citizens. How it started, 22 Britons selected 6 Nigerians, so 6 people to sign an amalgamation treaty that led to what we see and call Nigeria today. It was unfair, it was most ridiculous, and it was a disaster that was planted to explode. 100 years, some 60-something years later, the explosion started rocking the country. And the country never recovered from it. Yes, the country at independence, yes, was never one. It was a colony of tribes. And that is just what it is. And out of these tribes, only 3 tribes, I would say 3, or is it two tribes, signed representative. I don't know if they were really represented. Let me be fair to the other people. Were they representatives of those tribes? And there were the tribes, the way it is right now, for the historical purposes, 2 persons who are Fulanis signed, 2 persons who were Yorubas signed. One person who is an Efik, yes, signed. That was the Obong of Calabar at the time. And another one, the Shehu of Borno, who is a Kanuri. But did they at the time represent their people? And this amalgamation came off of, you know, neglecting the whopping majority of Nigeria, a country that is made up of over nearly 400 ethnic nationalities. So two groups, and then two traditional rulers from somewhere else. One Obong of Calabar at the time, and then the Shehu of Borno at that time were the ones that signed. Yes, and then they call it, and then they start corruption. Yes, and they called that a corruption. Yes, and they called that a country. That is not a country. The Hausa people were not a signatory to the amalgamation treaty. The Igbos who actually fought the British or the Europeans were not signatories. The Benis were not signatories. And my Ika people were not signatories. The Barons, the Igede, the Domas were not part of the signatory. So how would you call that one country? It was a plantation made for some business owners. Yes, and their associates in Nigeria. That was what. So the business became so lucrative and so big, and they decided to form it into a country. Yes, a country of very unlike terms. Yes, but that is history. At independence, those who were handed over power did not demonstrate the requisite leadership that was needed to build a country. So they established a foundation of division and chaos. And since then, it has been like that. Those who have come after them did not see any reason to sit down and say, look, let us make this country work. It was a colonial contraption, but we can change it. We can look at ourselves. We are brothers and sisters. We are Africans. We share the same issues. We share the same historical background. We share some similarities in our cultures, customs, and tradition. So why can't we, build this country and leave the invaders who came and were driven by economics? No, they will not do that. Instead, they opted to become stooges to the invaders. The invaders loved one section that they could manipulate. That was the section that they referred to as the North. And when they say North, what are you talking about? When you are saying North, you are not talking about the North per se. You are not talking about the geographical North. You are talking about the North driven by some Fulani elites. Yes, whenever you hear North in Nigeria or Northern leadership, you are talking about Fulanis and nothing more. The others are just subservient. The others are like they are little toys that they can do anything. And these elites come from a minority race in Nigeria, very minority. Their population, as it stands right now in Nigeria, is not up to 10 million. But they are able to manipulate over 250 million Nigerians from different ethnic backgrounds. So their case, something that has to be studied, how they did it, how they are able to emasculate the whole of the country. Yes, and call it one. Their definition of one Nigeria is that they are always in power and they occupy strategic positions in the country to continue to dominate, repress, abuse, and exploit the country and its people. So now, 6 years into the countryhood, I won't call it nationhood because we are so far away from being on the path to genuine nationhood, but it can be done. 6 years, the country went up in flames. It caught fire. Yes, massacre of Igbos in the north of the country. Yes, unprecedented massacre of the Igbos in the north of the country. They massacred them. And now why? Because some military officers staged a coup. Yes, a successful coup to arrest the drift of Nigeria like it is drifting right now, again, once again, and that was it. They tagged those people Igbos, Igbo coup. They tagged it an Igbo coup. The mainstream media of Nigeria, very corrupt mainstream media. They have not changed, and they will never change. Yes, so they tagged it an Igbo coup. And before we knew, talk about the massacre that was taking place in the north and other parts of the country, it turned out into a full-blown genocide that destroyed 6 million Igbos in their homestead that they called Biafra at the time. And then when it was over, when they were tired of killing, too much blood on their hands, they decided that they needed to do 3 R's: reconstruction, reintegration, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then, but none of that happened. The Igbos were not reintegrated. There was no reconciliation, and there has never been any reconstruction. If you go to that place, it's hell. And now they are making it more hellish with the easy deployment of soldiers. Nigerian army, the might of Nigeria, will only walk in that part of the country unchallenged. So that is the story. That is an analogy. Now, they say Nigeria is one. Nigeria has never been one. And if Nigeria was one, every Nigerian should have free, fair, equal, unlimited, and unconditional access to opportunity to grow and develop and progress and prosper according to their abilities and levels of competency. Or if it is one person, according to his or her abilities and level of competency. That has never been the case. Yes, 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 yes. Uche Ogbogo, he said what Nigeria is doing is making us to become more stronger to fight for Biafra. I don't fault you. Everybody, the right to self-determination is a basic human right. So I'm not going to stand here and argue that. Every man has got the right to decide his destiny. And in the judgment, there will be no partiality. So, and then, again, that is the reason for the agitation, the imbalance, the dysfunction, the failure of Nigeria to be one country is the reason some people are agitating for their own countries out of Nigeria. I'm talking about the Biafra. Some are agitating for Oduduwa. Some are talking about Niger Delta Republic and all that. A country that is established on a firm, fair foundation will not have any such problems. And that tells the people of Nigeria, and that tells the drivers of the hell in Nigeria, that there ought to be a moment when everybody in Nigeria will come to a table and decide the destiny of that country. But no, these guys will not allow that. They want to control, they want to dominate, they want to seize by force. That is why they are shooting up our country. The amalgamation treaty was supposed to last for 100 years. And effectively, that amalgamation treaty expired in 2014, exactly 100 years later, which required the people of Nigeria, including those who were excluded as signatories, to come now and append their signature as a part of a new Nigeria. Now, these guys won't allow it. They have their cohorts with whom they have been working to stall the unity of Nigeria, to stall the national security of Nigeria, to stall growth and development, and progress and prosperity of Nigeria. Now, this is why the country is in disarray. Yes, and then when you raise your finger, whenever anybody raised his finger, you become a subject. That's the reason why they are holding Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, he asked a question. The same question that the Igbos asked then. Ojukwu asked that question. Why is Nigeria like this? And they declared a war, declared a genocide against the people. The same question. A young man who was born in 1972, yes, 2 years after they ceased the hostility, physical hostility, but the mental hostility has never ceased. It is ongoing and it's getting worse. That young man came and stood up to ask, why is Nigeria not one? Why does Nigeria belong to some people more than the rest of us? And that is why shouldn't Nigeria belong to a minority? Yes, and the majority have to stay cap in hand, begging for their rights to be Nigerians. So this is a question for all of us. Are you a young person today who did not know anything about the genocide or how Nigeria was structured? It is for you to learn this story, because a lot of you don't know. Nigerian youths don't even know a damn thing about the history of Nigeria. They don't know, and they don't want to know. They don't want to know. Yes, that was why Goodluck Jonathan changed 100 naira note in 2014 to celebrate Nigeria's 100 years. And I feel so ashamed when some people say that Nigeria is 65 years. Nigeria is not 65 years. Nigeria is a joke. Yes. Um, uh, 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 yes, this country, beautiful edifice, yes, that is supposed to be the flagship of Africa and the flagship of every black man everywhere on the surface of this earth. A country that has uh, over 250 million people. And the equation is here, the ratio is here, that for every 5 black men, for every 5 black people, 1 is a Nigerian. For every 5 black people, 1 is a Nigerian. That is massive. That is massive. But you know what? Some people don't want Nigeria to be one. They have the rhetoric in their mouths. Every opportunity they have had to do right, they did wrong. Because they hate Nigeria. Because they don't have the heart for Nigeria. Beyond exploiting the country of its natural mineral resources and abusing the people, suppressing them. They seized all of the country's strategic institutions. I'm talking about the armed forces. They are in charge of the command and control infrastructure. That is why it is only they who can plan coup, and the coup succeeds. And then they continue. 10 out of Nigeria's 13 heads of state are from there, either directly or remotely connected. And the 3 that were from elsewhere had to, really reduced, become second-class citizens, and were dictated to get us there. We have to break this yoke. We have to break this bondage. And the time to break it is now. And the people to break it is me and you. I don't want to run away from Nigeria. Nigeria is my country. I don't want invaders to push me to run away. That is why I am not very friendly. How will I put it? Though I don't I disagree with them, those who want to build another country. Now, if you run away from Nigeria to build another country, what are you going to leave the rest of Nigeria for? These people who are doing this, they are invaders. That part of the country that became Nigeria is not theirs. They came from somewhere else. So are we going to vacate our country and allow invaders to take it over? Questions the Yorubas and the Igbos must answer. For real. I would think that instead of running away, we should unite the whole of Nigeria to end this madness by less than 1% of our country's population. I ain't running from Nigeria. That is why I did not join forces with those agitating for Biafra, even though I don't have anything against them. I agree with them. The right to self-determination is God-given. You can't take it. I can't question it. Written in the Constitution of Nigeria. It's written in. Yes, it is everywhere. Yes. Good evening. Good evening. Yes. Good evening. Good evening. Re Biafra, how are you? Yes, Nigeria has suffered 8 coups. And the other coups are now called Igbo coups. Yes. So this is a question they must answer. Us. And answer. Why? Hello, can you see me? Yes. I am doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yes. I don't know what happened to my camera. I'm not able to see myself. Are you guys seeing me? Let me see. All right. Sorry about that. Yes. Yes. Nigeria must take a decision. Are we going to run away from Nigeria for Fulani elites? Are we going to run away from Nigeria for invaders? And what is the guarantee that if we run away and go and form our countries, different countries, that they will not come to those countries and do the same thing? So why not? Why not we come together? Really, seriously. Those who believe in Nigeria, those who want Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria was wrong from day one. There's no doubt about that. Because we did not, none of us signed to be part of Nigeria. We did not sign. But we are here now, trapped in that hell that a few people built. So why can't we demolish that house? That is my feeling. Why can't we demolish that house and build a beautiful house that can house anybody? Why can't we build a new house where no one person will have the keys to his destiny? Why can't we build that house? That is what I think we should do. And doing it is now. Nnamdi Kanu today is being held. And I hear there are protests. Even if I do have a lot of questions about those organizing the protest. Did you see Atiku there? He signed up to be a part of the protest. Did he show up today? Did he show up yesterday? Yes. Did he show up yesterday? No. They are there for politics. That is why I did not sign up for it. That is why I did not. All the people you see pushing that protest, they have their own agenda. They are gaining traction, they are gaining recognition off of the travail of Nnamdi Kanu, off of the pains of Nnamdi Kanu, off of the hell that Nnamdi Kanu is going through. Yes, you can talk to me. Yes, you can talk to me. Although I didn't make, I should have made it, let me see. Let me see. Yes, I didn't make it an open thing. If I had known, I should have, so that you can come here and speak. But if you want to call this number. Call the number that I gave to you the other day. Then the Nigerians will hear your voice, for some minutes, so that if any other person wants to talk, he'll be able to talk. So you can call this number. I gave it to you the other day. Air your view. Who are those in Nigeria? How is the protest going? Nigeria is not one. Nigeria cannot be one unless we all agree to make it one. Yes. Yes, you can talk to me. Yes, hello. Amijad Mohammed, how are you? Yeah, thank you very much. These are the same people holding the Hausa people hostage. They hold the Hausa people, they have held the Hausa hostage for 221 years. Small ethnic group. Yes, the elites of a small ethnic group holding a whopping majority of the Hausa people hostage. You know how they did it? They made sure that the Hausa people did not see education. They made sure that they use Islam to blind them and to make them believe that Allah is responsible for their poverty. Allah is responsible for their ignorance. Allah is responsible for everything that happened to them. And the Hausa people accepted. They told the Hausa people, you can marry as many wives as you can, when they know that they cannot feed them. So they breed poverty, massive poverty there. Now, the man who is struggling to feed his children, he won't have the room to ask questions. That was how they brought the Hausa people. The Fulani people, it's rare for you to see a Fulani man with so many wives. They don't marry as many wives as the Hausa people. They They told the Hausa people, you can marry all you want. They marry and have all these children that they cannot take care of, knowing fully well that they do not have a social security that they can take care of children. That is why you see them, parents will give up their children, 6-year-old, give them a plate and tell them, go to Kanu. There's a malam there. The malams will abuse them. From AM to PM, Hausa children are suffering. Over 30 million of them are out of school right now when they are supposed to be in class. So education is very, very important. They educated Hausa people to be idiots, to be slaves, and only to say, yes, Allahu Akbar. God is great. God did not tell anybody to run anybody down. God did not tell anybody to subjugate anybody. Fulani elites are very, very wicked. Very, very wicked, very evil. And they don't show any remorse for what they have been doing to Nigeria. No, man. Nigerians, please. We must, as a strategic, something of strategic importance, we must unite to free the Hausa people. Because we can't free the Hausa people, we will never be free as a people in Nigeria. We will never be free. The liberation of the Hausa people is strategic to the liberation of Nigeria. Hear me again. The liberation of the Hausa people is strategic to the liberation of Nigeria. Don't think that you are doing them a favor. You are doing yourself more favor than you'll be doing the Hausa people by standing up for them. By standing up for them and by fighting for their liberation. Yes, so we must unite with them to save that country. The liberation of the Hausa people will be the liberation of Nigeria. And once the Hausa people are liberated and they come into the mainstream of Nigeria as bona fide Nigerian citizens, all the troubles of Nigeria will vanish. And now we can relate with one another as brothers and sisters. We will rebuild our educational institutions. We will rebuild everything that was damaged. And Nigeria will be that country that Africa has been waiting on to advance the cause for the unification of Africa. If Nigeria is not free, Africa will never be free. Just like if the Hausas are not free, Nigeria will never be free. So we must start the work from Nigeria. We must start with the unification of Nigeria. We must start by bringing Hausa people in the mainstream. We must start by lending them shoulders to climb. We must see them as our brothers and sisters and nothing less. Otherwise, we will continue this suffering. We will continue to be in the captivity of a few Fulani elites, driven by economics, driven by politics, and driven by finance. They hate Nigeria. You know, hear me? The Fulani elites, they hate Nigeria. Anybody who loves his country will not destroy it the way the Fulanis have been destroying Nigeria. It's time for us to rise up and stop being afraid. All we need is unity. Come together, the people of Nigeria, and end this crazy jihad that has no God in it. The jihad is evil. It's not a godly jihad. You see the fake Sultan in Sokoto, yes, Saad Abubakar, he's been crying. No, he will suffer a heart attack. I've told him prophetically, he is the last Sultan of Sokoto, and all the emirs in the north will fall down. The Hausa people will take their land. The Hausa people, get ready to celebrate victory. In fact, start celebrating. Stop being afraid. We are not telling you to stop being your Muslims. Now make a distinction between your life, your future, your present, and your history. Make a distinction. Everything is not religion. They use religion to blind you. That is why they have been able to hold you in captivity for 221 years. 221 years. They tricked your people. You were Muslims before they came. You were practicing moderate Islam. You were not murderers. They came and polluted your spirit. They turned you against the rest of Nigeria. They used you to win election because they know that they were minority, that they couldn't win any election in Nigeria. It is you that they have been using. They make you vote, make children vote in elections where real leaders are supposed to emerge. They will come. They come as soldiers. They come as civilians. Off of you, Hausa people. Now you must rise up. Now open your eyes. You have seen it. They don't love you. If they loved you, they won't be unaliving you. If they loved you, they won't be raping your women. If they loved you, they won't be kidnapping your men. If they loved you, they won't be imposing taxation on you. If they loved you, they won't stop your farmers from going to the farms. Because farming is Hausa's tradition. Now, they have created the same thing they did when Osman Dan Fodio came. Now it's time for us to learn. Learn, Hausa people. Learn, the people of Nigeria. Are you still running behind religion? This is not about religion. It's about the survival of our country. And it's only me, you, and all of us that can make it happen. Nigeria is not one, but we can build a one Nigeria. To build a one Nigeria, we must fight for it. Nobody is going to award it to us. It's like you waiting for someone, a doctor who is killing you, to come and heal you. No, no, no. He will not. He will do everything to ensure that you die so he can take over. That is what these people are doing. Do you know they hate peace? They hate justice. And that is why at the expiration of the Amalgamation Treaty, 100 years after, 2014, they refused to come to the table to discuss with the rest of Nigeria. What did they do? They started shooting up the country. Yes. So what is taking place in Nigeria is they declared a war against Nigeria. And nobody can touch them. Nobody can touch them. You touch them, you go to prison. But they kill you and they go. Look at Bello Turji. Bello Turji, the Nigerian armed forces claim they have been looking for him since the past, how many years? Almost 3 years now. Yes, he's there. They see him. It's not like they don't know where he is. That they don't know where he is a joke. Yes, but when it comes, it's something to do with the Igbos. It's something to do with the Niger Deltans. You see the operational efficiency of the Nigerian armed forces, like the precision that the United States has. Yeah, that is when you see it. The one they call a Gento. I'm not subscribing. If he was killing Igbo people, he merited to die. You know, but the speed with which they caught him, arrested him, and killed him was amazing. And then Bello Turji, they are negotiating with Bello Turji. What a country is that? Is that one Nigeria? Is that one Nigeria? No, that's not one Nigeria. I don't want that kind of one Nigeria. Nigeria ain't one. Nigeria ain't one. An Igbo man was executed on that coup in 1966. And there was an Igbo man called Arthur Onegbu. Yoruba and Yorubas and some other Northerners were involved. Yes, I agree with you. Onegbu was killed. It wasn't an Igbo coup. One of those who benefited from it, Babangida, came in his book, last book, that he knows he's about to die. And he's trying to maybe perhaps bribe God so that God will accept him. He stated it, that it was not an Igbo coup. That was the most patriotic coup put together by some people who love Nigeria. And they said that. Yes, Uche Uno, yeah, you said I hate Nigeria because it's an insult to me that a white man gave me a name. Well, to Fiakwa. Anyway, don't hate Nigeria. Nigeria is a beautiful country. The name we can change. What we can do is to work together and change it. Now, the people who forced them on us, we have to let them know that we are tired. Nigeria has expired. We want a new Nigeria. What we have now is fake, even though we are still inside it. Everything that Nigeria has done since 2014 is fake. Very fake. And what we should be doing is to fight for a new Nigeria. That is why I'm in. That is why I am driving the movement for openness, to build an open country that will have free, fair, equal, unlimited, and unconditional access to opportunity to every Nigerian, regardless of where you come from, regardless of your circumstance of birth, regardless of your sex, regardless of your religion or creed. Yes, to grow and develop and progress and prosper. Yes, in according to your abilities and level of competency in a non-threatening environment, so all of us can be happy as a people. What is so difficult with that? I don't see anything so difficult with that. Yes, I don't see anything. We must not run. I don't want to run away from Nigeria for invaders. They are invaders. We don't mind accommodating them. After all, the United States is accommodating me here. I've lived here for nearly 30 years. Nobody has ever told me to go back to Nigeria by force. Nobody has ever asked me, unless I volunteer, about my name. Oh, what's the source of this name? You know what? Because the people are tolerant. People are they have respect for other people's privacy. You know, they will ask you nicely. Nobody. Nigerians own homes. Nigerians have become mayors in this country. Nigerians have become judges. I have a friend, Tola Oresusi, who is a judge here in Texas, a judge from Nigeria. If he was in Nigeria, maybe, perhaps he would never have been appointed a judge. He wouldn't even smell it, no matter how good he is. Yes, but Nigerians come here. You know how many Nigerians are in the U.S. Armed Forces, occupying command positions? Do you know how many? Nigeria has a legion. Africans, there are, if American, the strength of American military is 1 million. I can tell you there are over 50,000 Africans in the U.S. Armed Forces. Yes, this is just a conservative figure. It could be more than that. Yes. So you can imagine that. So if America can accommodate me, why should somebody tell me to leave Lagos because I am not a Yoruba man? Why should somebody tell me to leave Kanu? Maybe perhaps because I am not a Muslim, or I am not an Hausa man, or I am not a Fulani man. Yes. Why should anybody ask me to leave Benin because I'm not an Edo-speaking person? Why should any Urobo ask me to leave Warri because I'm not an Urobo? Yes. Something is not right. And it is because the country is not one. And it is because the leaders of the country do not want to make the country one. They benefit from dividing the country. And we, the people, follow them like sheep. And it is time now that we rise up. Do you know what Saad, that bloody fool, they call a Sultan of Sokoto? Because he's getting our messages. He's getting it. He's having sleepless nights and restless days over our message. He came up with the nerve, that mastermind of terrorism, and that hypocrite, that the Nigerian government should regulate the social media. So to stem the tide of fake news, what news is fake? Everything I say is true. I'm not fake. Yes, I'm not fake. So he's telling them to clamp down on people, on the use of social media. Let them do it. We will violate every law that they pass to stifle us. So he wants us to be shot, so they will continue to kill the Hausa people. All right? That is what he wants. And then the king will go unnoticed. No, Saad, you are the last Sultan in Sokoto. After this, no more. The Hausa people are ready to jump on and take their land in Nigeria. The Hausa people are willing, are ready, are being primed to take charge of their land. And when it comes, no force on earth will stop them. No force, no force. Forget about these soldiers. That is why I tell you, I don't do protests, street protests. Not right now. I cannot take an unconscious people to the streets. Yes, because when the time comes for us to hit the streets as a conscious people who want their country back, no army will stop us. In fact, the vestiges of the army, those who love Nigeria, will join the chorus. And it will be amazing. It will be a crowd that will be so unprecedented. Not right now. So that is why I don't do it. Because when that time comes, no young person will ask anybody for money to take him to that place where they are protesting. Because it is going to be a thing of life and death. It's either you do it now or you die. Then the choice is yours to make. Nobody will be begged. Nobody will be bought anything. We're not going to buy tomato, buy gari, give anybody oil when the time comes. But we have to charge Nigerians. They have to be conscious. That is what we want to build, a mass of conscious Nigeria, critical mass of critically conscious Nigerian patriots. That is all that is required to take Nigeria back. It's not going to be through military coup. Nigeria has no soldier that can do what Ibrahim Traore is doing. Do we have that soldier who will come? I don't care his tribe. Who will come with the love for Nigeria? And not the love for his religion, not the love for his tribe. The love for Nigeria. Do we have that soldier who will come like Jerry Rawlings did in Ghana? Come with the love of country and said, okay, all these people who have hurt our country, assemble them and send them home. Do we have any such? Because we need to do that. That is the only thing that is going to drive fears. You see the politicians in Nigeria, how they act with impunity, like nobody can do anything to them. And truly, they have broken the spine of our people. They have broken the backs of our people. We can't do anything to stop them. They ride on top of our heads. They pound the yam on top of our head. They do whatever they like because they don't care. Nobody can hold them accountable. Those who are supposed to be holding them accountable are the ones sharing their messages, young people of Nigeria. You are corrupt. That's when I tell you, the young people of Nigeria, mostly corrupt and morally bankrupt. These people, if allowed, will auction Nigeria the way it is. So we need to educate them to understand the consequences of what they are doing to themselves. Because they don't understand. The Nigerian youth does not know better what is taking place. He prefers to trek to Libya. That minute, hours, days that he will spend on the road, he will see something like this that will save him. It doesn't take 1 minute to subscribe to a channel, to like a message, to share it. No, they will not. They will prefer to dance Davido. They will prefer to dance P-Square. They will prefer to dance the Burma Boy and all that. They talk about Chioma and all that. You are doing basket mouth. Every serious thing, you turn them into comedy. Nigeria is dying, and it is all our fault that we keep quiet and turn everything into a joke. And these guys keep getting worse by the second. Now is the time. Stand up for your right. That is why I'm calling you. Nigerians, stand up for your right. Yes, my number is 713 281 5435. 713 281 5435. But I'm going to end this broadcast soon because I have something else to do. But in our next, I'm going to expand this message, and that's going to be part 2, of this message. And that one, I'm going to spend a whole 2 hours talking about this hell called Nigeria that must die for a new Nigeria to sprout. Yes, special thanks to all of you who took your time to be part of this. Now know this, go. Whether you are Hausa, you are Fulani, you are Igbo, you are whatever you are, know that Nigeria is not one. We are looking for those who have conscience. We are looking for Fulanis who have conscience to come out. We are looking for Hausa people. The whole of Hausa must come out. Come out. You are in chains. Come out. You are in trouble. Come out and set your people free. Come out and set your generation free. Look at your history. Your ancestors were abused. You must not be abused. And that is what we are saying now. Bawasa. Wallahi. Wanna bawasa bani. Say mutashi. Mutashi mujara Nigeria. Yes. Nigeria. Kasa Nigeria. Nakawade kowane. Yes. It's not a Fulani country. It is our country. Good Fulanis are permitted to be in it. But the problem I have with a lot of Fulanis is that they keep quiet when their people are destroying things. Your silence makes you an accomplice of evil. Get up and let the world hear you. that you made a difference when it mattered most. Goodbye. And for those who joined us for the very first time, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to our channel. Share our messages. Share our channels. What do you do by subscribing? We help YouTube to continue to recommend our channel and our messages to the world, and then expand our horizon. Those who can join our membership, support what we do. We support people. We support indigent people in Nigeria. A lot of young Nigerians are in school. They are smart. They can't go to school because their parents have no money to pay. We support some of those things, and they help us, expand our message. Please let us do this for our country and for our future. Bye for now. I love you guys. Bye-bye.